I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Okay. Any public comment?
Yes, I want to disclose that my husband and I will be purchasing your book ad space for both of our businesses.
And I would also like to disclose that I may, under my business, purchase your book ad space, sponsor different activities, sponsor Booster Club activities, PTA activities, and all the things.
Any further public comment? Oh, yes, please.
Will be volunteering to help teach CPR to staff. I don't know how else to put that because I don't know which one it is.
Okay.
Is it just staff, I guess.
Okay, noted. Thank you all. All right, and then we have no student body report. We'll move into new old business. So board committee assignments. So printed in front of you is a draft copy that's actually we'll need to vote on what committees we would like to start with, essentially. And then we can then proceed to appoint from there. So there's like 8 of them on here. So we've got a finance and budget committee, and this breaks down, kind of tells you also who's possible members of that, duties, and then legal context related to it. Facilities and transportation committee, curriculum, instruction and assessment committee, policy and governance committee, superintendent evaluation and board development committee, strategic planning and school improvement committee, safety and student wellness committee, and then committee engagement and public relations committee. So I guess we'll start with a motion to talk about the committees and decide which ones we want to pursue.
So I move that we review committees. Well, in my motion, should I make a motion of where I want? I mean, how do you motion that?
I would motion to open the floor to discuss committees.
Oh, you have to do that? Okay, I move to open the floor to discuss committees.
Second.
We have a motion, first by Brianne, second by Stacy. So floor is now open to discuss the committees that we've got listed here, and then we'll decide on which ones we want to proceed with.
I think we should follow kind of yours, but we should add, as you guys earlier, curriculum to the policy. No, was it the policy and governance committee?
Yeah, I think that was what we were kind of talking.
So rename that one policy, curriculum and governance committee.
Okay.
And then do the student safety and wellness committee and the facilities and transportation, and did I already say finance and budget? That would be my opinion.
I apologize. Was that 4?
Yeah,
that was
finance
4.
and
Okay,
budget
so same as we
committee.
have, we just add, okay.
Yeah, facilities and transportation committee, policy, curriculum and governance committee, and then the student safety and wellness.
Okay. Thank you. I'm just gonna lose yours right there. Okay, perfect. Okay, any additional discussion? Very kind of like last minute look at, but
Community engagement one, and public relations might be interesting. I don't know if we can add that on to a different one. I think that's something we need.
At least the 8 we had.
these are 8 recommended. So what we had were just the safety and wellness committee, the facilities committee, and then we had a curriculum with that.
Strategic
strategic-
goals,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Safety, did you say that?
Yeah, safety and wellness, yeah. So really, I think we had 3, basically.
So let me see, yeah.
Okay. So, let's see, Dave was saying like, he just recommended like, these are 8 options for us. There's probably not even 8 in a double A school, committees that boards are on. One maybe would be the superintendent. One that was in there too. Just so we develop what that, you want, yeah, we want you on that one.
I'm just wondering about Dave, like bandwidth of
Yeah.
staff and,
And 5
I-
board members.
I mean, cause honestly, when I read these, I think every one of them is like space we're spending time doing and of importance. But like when you rank and prioritize them, I agree with what you're saying, Kelsey. I mean, that was when we surveyed the community about what they wanted in a superintendent, like communication and community interactions, like rose to the top as number 1, even over like educate, like skills to do the job. So,
Even if it's not a committee per se, I think we all need
just
to
a focus in that
really be
area.
mindful of these things
Yeah.
all year long.
Mhm.
But I also know there's like bandwidth of how much you can do.
Yeah, because I sit on all of them.
Correct.
Yeah,
But
Right.
that's not to say, like, there's different types. There's board committees, and there's also like citizen committees, which the board would not sit on, and that's the one that I've been talking around, trying to find people to be on. That'd be the superintendent's community committee,
Oh.
which would get that impact or that information from the community.
Mhm.
That'd be like the community engagement
Yeah,
type one.
yeah.
Yeah,
yes.
that's
Okay.
very important.
Mhm.
Communication.
I've
And
been
maybe
getting communication.
That's good.
can we reassess them like halfway through the year and just make sure that it's still meeting like the priorities? And then if at that point we think we can add one on, or we've addressed the safety stuff for this year or something, you take it off, or I don't know. I don't know
I
how you really remove one of these. 'cause
Right.
They're all important, but
right.
you know,
No, I think that's a good plan. I mean, it would never hurt to reassess it to begin with. So I think that, yeah, I would agree.
When did BS say that we are technically supposed to do this? Is it after we reorganize in May?
Mhm.
mhm.
Okay. So we'll probably
So
do
we-
this
so
again in
then-
May.
Yeah, we
May.
would definitely do it in May.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do we need them?
How many do we want to have?
Well, that's a good question for
Yeah.
Dave, like bandwidth wise, what do you think? Like, plus your superintendent relations group, that'd be 5 for you if we did 4.
Oh, that's fine.
That's fine?
No, that's fine.
Okay.
I don't, yeah. In some of this, like the safety and wellness, I know you've been sitting on that one. It could or could not be, something that a board member sits on. It could be staff oriented or originated from staff. I think the finance is super important. I think facilities and transportation is super important, and policy and governance is super important.
Great.
Safety and wellness is equally as important. And then I think, as the year goes, at some point, we're gonna have to start talking about the curriculum instruction and assessment. That could be something that comes later down the road.
Could we do the finance and budget as one? Facilities, transportation, and the strategic planning. Strategic planning kind of sounds like it kind of goes in with the facilities and like the long term of what's going on with the building. And then a second one, and then the policy and curriculum, and then you could even add in if that's the policy, the curriculum and the superintendent kind of into one. I know that's kind of a lot, but it kind of all falls the same. And then the safety and wellness, and then with the community engagement and public relations. I don't know if we need a committee, but I think, is there a way to make that's something we talk about and how that's going at every board meeting? Because that's seems to be one of the biggest things that I hear about is the communication. And if we're monthly addressing that, you know what I mean? How's it going? And hopefully we get community members that show up and tell us how it's going, but I mean, that kind of makes it, but at least if we're talking about it monthly, then maybe they're seeing that they're trying, and maybe, I don't know. Maybe
Just
it's
a
maybe it's
standing
pipe
meeting
dream, but maybe
item?
they'll be like, oh, well, they're trying these things. Maybe they'll start looking for the things rather than, I feel like a lot of them are like, well, you just do this and you just do this, but they don't actually look at the other things. And so if we, even if we just have updates of what we're doing and just kind of a slight discussion at the board meetings on that.
I've had really good success with meeting with that committee, the superintendent's communication or community committee.
Is
Right
that,
before the board meeting. So I take the agenda to them and they see and you get feedback there. That's worked in the past, or you could do it after the board meeting and you can express what's going on. Either way it works. And it'd be nice to have a spokesperson from the committee. Usually it's always been the superintendent. Everybody's, pretty busy, but identifying the 5, 7, 9 people, whoever it is, that's the tough part of it.
could we put that as an agenda item though, for you to like report out on
Sure.
to us?
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Cause I
Absolutely.
think even how you posted, I got a ton of feedback when you posted the board meeting agenda on Facebook. I had so many people say, oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Mhm.
That's really nice that was posted there. And like something so simple made a lot of people
That hasn't
really
been
happy.
happening.
No, it made a lot of
Okay.
people very happy. Look, I heard actually from several community members. So
Except for its transparency, I feel like.
yeah,
The only thing with Facebook is I'd like to get the comments turned off. And I
Yeah.
don't know who owns that account. It's part of Apogee, but it might be Dan. I'll have to talk to him to get those rights back because you can turn off the comments,
hmm
but you have to do it right after you post it.
Yeah.
So you have to race to it because, that should be unilateral
Just a public
communication.
note.
There's other avenues like public comment on board meetings that they can make that. I
Right.
think we all kind of know where kind of rabbit holes we can go on.
Yeah.
on
hmm
Facebook.
People tend to say things on Facebook that they wouldn't say
And that's
otherwise.
right over there.
Yeah, and that's the problem.
Some people.
Not all.
So if it was a running agenda item, would we just report out on each committee at each meeting anyways? Okay.
Just like you have the superintendent's report.
The committee reports.
I'm sure you probably did negotiations committee reports.
We will.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, just to keep the rest of, but that's the whole design of it. So you all don't have to do it. You can break it off and I think it makes you more effective.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we revisit that negotiations in 2 years, won't it?
Yeah. 'cause
Okay.
We're negotiating.
Question on that, because you have to have that. Is that something we need to vote as a committee with this, even though it's only every 2 years?
This is only every year that we do this and typically we would do it after we reorganize in May. After each election.
So every year we could
We
change
do
the
this.
committees. then.
Yeah, just
Okay,
kind of like
okay.
board chair, vice chair.
All right, so any further discussion? Do we want to proceed with the recommendation of the Finance and Budget Committee, Facilities and Transportation Committee, Policy Governance Curriculum Committee, Safety and Student Wellness Committee with board seats on it, and then the Community Engagement and Relations Committee, in which
That doesn't.
that
require
wouldn't
more.
require a board chair or a board representative.
Mhm.
Is that-
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll take a motion.
I
make this
move
legit.
that we utilize the Finance and Budget Committee, Facilities and Transportation Committee, Policy, Curriculum and Governance Committee, Safety and Student Wellness Committee, and then a community, should we call it the Superintendent's Committee?
Yeah, that doesn't require board action.
Okay.
I can do that under
Okay, that one
policy. I
does.
could just
Okay.
do that like.
Okay, so those.
Second by Kelsey. All right, any further discussion? Discussion. Right, we'll go ahead and proceed to vote. All those in favor of the recommendations of the 4 committees, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion passes 5-0. All right, now we will proceed to appoint to the committees. Okay, so are we all comfortable? Do you have yours, John, or do you want to read it out? Whatever you guys, do you guys want to just read them out loud, which everybody preferences are, and then we can kind of develop from there?
Or just go down the line.
Okay.
Finance and budget, who's interested?
Okay.
Is
So
everybody just on one committee or are you on multiples?
you can be on multiples, probably, we can't have any more than 2 on a committee because then we become a quorum. With the
Mhm.
4.
And the new has to be on all of them.
Yeah, right.
That was almost a straight face. Me neither. So yeah, so ideally we have at least 1 board representative on each committee and then we can have up to 2. So we'll go ahead and start those that are interested in the finance and budget committee.
That would be my second choice.
Okay,
If we don't have it.
and I'm willing to go wherever need be, so. For
I actually like it. I just don't know if I would have the time to do it,
Uh-huh,
is what I would worry about
okay,
in committee about it.
yeah, yeah,
Well, and you might want to do that as board chair because you're the one signing off on all of this.
that's true, yes.
And that typically gears up. It's not that much of a thing after we do the August meetings.
Okay,
And it gears up in the spring as you start looking.
okay,
And we'll know like what our numbers are going to be for the following year because legislature has already met. It's every other year.
yeah,
We do know.
okay. So we know what we're going into it, the beginning of next spring.
But yeah, that's typically you'd start that in February, March, April. And
Okay,
it goes basically through the summer.
okay. Okay, so we have at least 3 of us. I'll
Yeah, and I
Also-
plan on taking classes on that, which I'll do this year, so I might be better off on that next year.
okay,
I'm willing to learn now, but if we have enough people, then I'm fine waiting on that one.
okay,
I've got some materials I can kick out to all 5 of you.
okay.
on
That would be
things that
awesome.
I've written in the past. Hope you guys got a lot of information as far as school budgets.
And then, okay, so at this point, I guess I'll go ahead and appoint, or should we'll go through all of them first. We'll go through all of them first. Okay, Facilities and Transportation Committee, those that are interested.
I'll do that one.
So Stacy and John and Kelsey, okay. Okay. Handwriting getting worse as the day goes on. All right, and then Policy, Governance, and Curriculum Committee.
I can do that one or the student wellness. They
Okay.
both have background. Wherever you want.
Okay,
Usually you see
Just put me
policy and
somewhere.
governance, it's important to have your board chair and vice chair.
okay,
Not that it has to be that way, but
and then Safety and Student Wellness Committee, those that might be interested in that. Okay, John and Kelsey. Okay. So Finance and Budget Committee, I think. How do you feel about Kelsey and I doing that?
Sounds good.
Okay. Kelsey, are you okay with that?
Yeah, I'll go wherever you need me, except for
Okay.
policy.
Okay.
Don't throw me in there.
I
Okay.
think it'll be good because when you're
I'm
brand
willing to
new, you have
learn.
so many
Yeah, I
questions.
got
Yeah.
lost
So
in my.
it's good.
Yeah. And then Facilities and Transportation Committee. I kind of feel like in the interest of what we have going on, if we maintain the consistency in there, since John and Stacy have been working on that one, that's probably the appropriate decision there. As long as everybody's in agreement with that, okay? Sorry, I don't like this unilateral decision making.
Until you're
It's not-
struggling.
It's not my favorite. It's not my favorite.
They get paid extra for doing it.
But it's $0.
You're gonna be okay.
Double that.
Yeah, thanks. Bring me donuts. Okay, and then for curriculum or policy governance and curriculum, Brianna and I at this point, unless anybody has a burning desire, I'm willing to, okay, okay. And then safety and student wellness, John and Kelsey, are you guys okay with being both on that? Okay, okay. All right. Committee's established. All right. Feels like accomplishment right there.
I'm only.
I
on
totally
one.
printed off that sheet and had it filled out the first time and had like.
Yeah, whatever
interested
you guys is.
And not interested, and I was like, I printed it
think
off
John's
again,
the
I'm like,
most
I don't want any
for
paper
years,
saying
so
that I'm
he-
not interested in these. So I read, cause I was like looking at it like, that
Okay.
doesn't sound good if you're not interested. I'm interested in it, I just
No.
not interested in being necessarily on the
Yeah,
committee.
I think we can. Like, I don't see any reason why we
There's
can't.
time
the wrong way
restraints or
for it.
something and it's just
Right.
not,
Okay,
is that okay mid-year or is it?
I don't see why we couldn't. We can
Yeah.
revisit the members at mid-year if we feel like
Okay.
there's some concerns about time commitments.
You hold authoritarian.
I
power
don't
on
like that. Jay. It only works in my household, not outside of that. All right.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
if
something
somebody,
we
if
could-
somebody can't commit to it. they're-
Okay.
they're-
Yeah.
They're struggling
Just
with
bring
it.
it up. and-
Yeah, you bring it
Yeah.
up and
That's
just
kind of
check
what
it.
Okay, I like that plan. All right.
Is there like a structure of when, like, I know we're meeting weekly, doing our progress meetings on Thursdays, but like, are we, should we be meeting monthly or?
Up to the
Bi-monthly?
committee.
Okay.
And the work involved.
Okay,
So it could progress, like you could start out monthly and then things get like heavy for
Yeah.
budget that might progress to
more. okay.
more, yeah.
Policy governance, that's gonna get real busy because we've got to get those policies in and the handbooks done, redone.
More so than
Okay.
just ag
So
building,
that's
yeah.
kind of where we're at with that.
Okay.
It's everything in school.
So do we need to establish like meeting dates today or can we?
No,
Okay,
that's up to the committee.
okay,
That part is pretty lax, but you still have to notice it.
okay,
There's still open meetings. Whenever there's one board member on a committee, it has to be noticed 48 hours in advance.
I do think we need to get a facilities meeting, a general facilities meeting scheduled. Because there are a lot of people, and Kelsey just mentioned it again, inquiring, curious about the school potentially purchasing the
oh,
acreage by
outside
the
of the
football
building
field.
right now.
and
Okay,
getting rid
gotcha.
of the other acreage. So
If
I
you're
think it's
pointing at the
just,
homestead, we're gonna buy. that.
well, I mean, should, I don't know why this went in.
Somebody.
But anyways,
If it
just
would
as
get
a,
rid of him, I would be all for a vote on that.
yeah,
So,
just to discuss
kind of,
that.
no.
I don't know. What?
So outside of the ag building, like a separate one or just incorporated in the next
Just a whole
facilities?
A whole
facilities.
facilities meeting to
Okay.
discuss other things besides the ag
Okay.
building.
Okay. Okay,
And are they meeting every Thursday at this
3
building now?
o'clock.
3 o'clock every Thursday.
Do we need to be noticing those meetings? I was gonna ask you that today. Okay. Okay,
I was thinking about that first, I don't know who it is.
yeah. Can you, or who, have you been
We'll get it
noticing the
done.
meet? Okay,
And then we just gotta get it on the regular agenda. Regular board agendas, the reports.
Oh,
you give
okay.
a report.
okay. Is there a day and time that works for you, John, to do and you, Dave, to do a facilities meeting?
Available.
With the community or with just us?
I think we have to have it open, right?
Yes,
Okay.
I mean, like, I-
Yeah,
is that something we want to wait till schools started? Just so that, or getting closer to school starting, so that way people are done with their vacations and stuff, but. That's just, I guess, my thought.
I don't, do you,
Is there still people running all over
Yeah,
trying to get in with all their last summer stuff done?
what have you guys done in the past for those types of meetings? Was there,
Mostly-
when we were talking about like the bond and everything? Was there a typical day? Like,
Yeah, it was, well, typically it was like on Wednesday evenings, I remember, but I mean, I don't remember what day. It wasn't like a scheduled day of the month.
okay.
There for a while, it was like every month. And there was some momentum with community members being involved with it. There's a couple PTA members, couple community members, like that one time I remember there was almost like 15 people here when we were in the library, but, then the cadence dropped off after we decided not to move forward with the bond as much, and they weren't scheduled. Because the
So-
committee meetings are called to order by the superintendent, correct? Like, we haven't declared a committee chair on our committee meetings,
Yeah, you really don't need a committee chair.
right? So then you kind of,
Yeah, I organize it.
right,
You guys tell me as a committee what you want.
What they
you need,
want.
and-
yeah,
And-
okay,
And when and stuff, because I
Yeah.
thought before it was more off of when Dan was setting it up and we didn't have
Correct.
as much.
Yeah, I kind of go off of you guys' lead.
okay. So that's the opposite of what we were doing
Yeah,
before, okay.
we were kind of waiting for one.
That's
and
why
then
we're kind of like, what
We
do you
don't
want us to
know
do?
what.
Okay, so you want us to decide when the committee,
Yeah.
okay,
I'm your servant.
there you go, Stacy.
Not the
So
other
you
way.
decide when they're gonna be.
So like August 20th? At 6 PM? Be the first week of school. Does that put too much on you, Dave? Being the first week of school?
Six, or I like everything at 7. 6 is hard.
Okay, 7 is fine for me too. So August 20th at 7 o'clock.
Okay.
That work?
It would be good to kind of get the framework of how we want to proceed. You know, I gave you some options, some different people that would be good on that committee. I think you definitely want your head of maintenance and
We
your
do.
transportation person.
Okay.
I don't think we have
So
to
that's
do
Bill and then
Carl,
Carl. And Carl hasn't started yet.
he starts on Monday.
Oh, on Monday. Okay,
Everybody comes back on Monday.
okay.
Oh,
The principals, the secretaries,
well, that summer went fast.
Chantel comes back on Wednesday. Yeah, it's here. Ready or not.
So I think at this point, we've got that general committee meeting set up. We'll just touch base with you, those that are in the other committees, to determine when the first meeting for each of those committees will work with everybody's schedules and proceed from there, if that works. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to the new route bus quotes, and action is required on this. So we have 3 of them, and are you okay, Dave? Just,
Yeah.
okay.
You have 3 quotes in front of you. The international quote was really difficult to get out of them. And the value is questionable as far as what we would be getting. The Bluebird and the Thomas were pretty tight. I know Phil would prefer the Bluebird over the other 2, as that's kind of where we're heading. We have more Thomases than anything else. They're easier once you get into a certain model, a brand and then model, it's easier to service. And I think the value that we've got with the Thomases is right now better than the other 2.
So the Bluebird with the Thomases or the Bluebird? Which one?
Thomases.
Oh, Thomases. Okay.
4,000 more. No, 2,300, right?
Yeah.
Dave, on the
Yeah.
Thomas.
And your recommendation was
The Tom.
Thomas? Okay. Great, we'll take a motion for,
The prices of the 3, because I've not been able
Oh.
to find it open.
Do you want me to tell him?
yeah.
The
Brianne.
Thomas is 172, 329. I don't know straight across, so I didn't compare if they all include the same thing. Bluebird is it's 166 plus 4,500, because I'm assuming you're putting in the camera, because that's in the other one.
That was the other thing. The Thomas and the Bluebird were the closest apple to apple. problem with International was they were really difficult to get anything back from them. In fact, I advocated to start putting drop chains on those buses. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but it's more traction, especially up Benedict Gulch. And so we're gonna start moving to that. I've had Bill start that process early last week. And International just got the stuff to us today. And I told Bill it's too late.
It's way more due. What is it, like 200 and?
Yeah.
No,
I didn't quite follow their.
30?
Yeah,
I don't even understand their pricing.
International?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a mess.
okay.
Are these are not.
Oh,
four-wheel
they're giving a
drives
trade-in
then,
allowance of
correct?
25,000.
No, they're all
Two-wheel
rear
drive.
wheel.
Do we have a four-wheel drive bus? We don't.
The Expedition.
Oh, okay, that's what we send. Okay, gotcha.
I was down in New Mexico, we had four-wheel, but both axles, they're high.
Wait,
Yeah.
what?
in
How
New
much snow did
Mexico.
they get down there that they need that, or is it mud?
Mud,
Mud, okay.
mud,
That would explain the high axle,
Yeah,
okay.
and it was high plains, so you did get snow.
Oh. All right, I guess so we need a motion to talk about the purchase of, or to purchase a new route bus.
Purchase. I move that we move forward with purchasing a new route bus going with the Thomas quote.
Second.
Motion by Brian, second by Stacy. We're open for discussion. Any discussion on that?
Okay, so I just want to make sure I'm understanding how this is being paid for. It's going to be paid for out of the transportation depreciation fund.
That is correct.
And it has to be split between the high school and the elementary? Okay.
Yes. we will
And we
split it.
More out of elementary than high school because of the way that the amount of kids that are.
Okay.
More riders that way.
Okay,
Plus, we have more money in our elementary bus depreciation fund.
oh, I thought we had more in the high school.
No.
Oh, it says 107,000 in the elementary and 214 in the high
Yeah,
school.
you're right. You're right.
Those bids in the email?
there are links on the agenda.
Or like blue.
Thomas Leland International.
Just
I couldn't-
click on
I
those
couldn't
little.
click on that one yet.
So do we
No.
have
Your
enough then in the
website,
elementary
Are you able to?
Yes.
to cover the elementary portion of it? Okay.
I was, did you get,
Yeah,
okay,
it wouldn't let my password let me in, so I only seen the agenda, but it didn't show on my phone anything to click into.
now, everybody should be able to see that and do that.
And what other funds, what else would we need these funds for throughout the year in the transportation depreciation fund?
That's all it's for.
Just
And,
buses?
and that just allows you to keep your fleet current.
Okay.
And we depreciated that, the 54 passenger 2019, 2020. We got it in 2019. We fully depreciated that with this last payment of $9,000 last year. Or not,
So maintenance, that kind of stuff does not come out of these funds? just-
Comes out of
okay.
transportation.
You'll hear that from the community,
I know.
not unique to us. So you might want to put that in your first newsletter about how we could afford a bus, but not a whole new school.
Okay.
Just a heads up from previous comments that we get blasted for.
Just the education part of it, because not everybody knows. It is
Oh, I know.
confusing.
Even when you post it, most people
Yeah.
won't read it, but we
Yeah.
try.
It is confusing that it's not just one big old pot that you can take for whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, this can only be used for this purpose.
That's
Mhm.
correct.
Basically, if we don't use it, we lose it. Is that not correct in this, or does it build?
Well, we can.
We
only
depreciate
it so
out and
far.
then it's just, that's what stagnant. It doesn't go
100%.
beyond that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then we'll get to the point where we need 5 new buses at the same time.
Right.
And then that's a problem.
And that's what happened
And then-
when Dan first started,
Oh,
was the buses, they had so much money in the depreciation fund and hadn't spent any of it.
okay.
So then they got on, but between him and Blake, they got on a rhythm and cycle of replacing the buses as needed.
Sure.
All right, if no further discussion, we'll go ahead and proceed to vote. We're going to approve the purchase of a new route bus, the Thomas quote. So we'll go with the Thomas for that. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion passes 5-0.
One quick question. I think our last one took like over a year to get.
It's
Is
gonna
that-
be,
Okay,
yeah.
so this will come next year.
Right.
Okay.
Does this one have a seatbelt? I was trying to find that.
They,
Does it say that?
I
on
thought
there?
that's state
I think
law
it's,
now.
it
Is
is,
it? They
yeah,
all do
I
now.
think so too, but.
Anything after a certain date has to have seatbelts in it.
I didn't know that. The last district I was at, we didn't own the buses, Harlow's did,
Oh,
and we had such, we didn't have. we had old buses.
They gave you what they had left over.
Yeah, we got,
It's a good question to ask though, Kelsey, and I
Yeah.
mean, just to check into, because that's what we were told is that the state law passed, and then after a certain period, they had to be in the bus.
was it state or federal?
Good question, don't know that answer.
Yeah.
I might be saying that wrong.
What,
I did just find belt, shoulder, push button, lap. That's gotta be what it is.
Oh, perfect, it's in there. You know.
but is that just the driver or not?
I know, this is sometimes.
Yeah.
Because the industry has bought it for years, the federal highway department has tried to get that done, and that's why they built the seats up higher and they're padded,
Mhm.
so that, and the bus is big and yellow. It should
Yeah, and
be
we-
seen.
We might be saying that wrong too. It might really not be a
You know,
law.
for the
I don't-
bus driver
yeah.
though, like the field trips I've chaperoned, good for the bus drivers to have those kids strapped in and know that they're
Yeah.
staying put a little bit better. One less distraction for them. Especially with the tall seats, you can't see.
Well, it is more consistent too. Hopefully they're being strapped in their vehicles at home, so that when they get on something that's a conveyance, they.
It's weird you don't see that on the bus.
Mhm. Okay, we'll go ahead and move on to Yellowstone Basin construction invoice for 76,853. And we're just approving the payment,
I don't think you really need to.
no action, just
It probably shouldn't
information.
have been an action item. I just wanted that to be out there for the committee to know that we're actually starting to,
Make some movement here. Okay,
yes.
I sent the invoice over to Intercap Loan. That's what gets the process started with that.
okay,
I sent that invoice over and my contact there is out until Monday. But she has it, so that'll start the loan process to get we've been essentially pre-approved for this line of credit.
Okay.
And so that will start and they'll then start to send the money and set up the payments and all that, the whole loan sheet. So
Okay, so do we have funds to cover this
Yes.
amount that we can pay it right
Yes.
away? Because
Yes.
Greg, that was Greg's.
They won't ship it until they have funds.
Yeah.
Yeah, they need 100%.
So it looks like they have wiring instructions on there for that to.
I'd have to get with the county on how to wire. So. And I think there's a large fee for that also.
Okay.
any further discussion on the invoice?
Stace and John, Dave, the insulation for the center bays and flat end. So that isn't that whole insulation package.
That's the $33,000.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, it is the whole,
We just,
Yes.
the other, that's a little confusing.
We're
Is that
gonna
confusing
pay
how they said
as,
it?
as opposed to paying YBC and them ordering it, it takes a week for them to process our check. So they're asking that we pay Sprung and then they take that off of
Oh,
our total.
gotcha.
And when do they think this will be shipped? After it's paid?
So they were able to find this in Utah rather than having to get it from Canada.
Oh,
So it sounds like, did he say possibly 2 weeks after payment? Is that what he
Food
said?
Delivery?
oh, nice.
Which is way better than what we were thinking, 5 to 6 weeks. So,
For Canada.
yes.
Okay.
Montana does, effective January 2022. House Bill 344 mandated that any school bus purchased new on or after January 2024 must be equipped with lap and shoulder seat belts at every passenger seat.
Yeah.
So,
I can hear it now, the kids with the new bus that have the shoulder straps and the other one's like, oh, I'm not running on that bus.
We don't want that.
Bus 7 has had it for a couple of years and they only complain for like that first week and then it's over.
All right, so now consulting service proposal from Todd Watkins Consulting Service. The proposal is to provide consultant service to Park City Schools pertaining to the year-end closing audit corrections and thorough review of the business office procedures. And that fee is at a price of $75 per hour with travel rate of 50 per hour and mileage per the IRS rate. Expenses are included from mileage from Manhattan to Park City and back. Nah, once you're here, you stay. That's all you can do. No return. All right, so I'll take a motion, please, for approval of the, sorry, I gotta flip back and forth way too much here. Consulting service proposal from Todd Watkins.
I move to approve hiring Todd Watkins Consulting Services for what were the things? Remember?
Sorry, it's for,
Audit correction.
yeah, year-end closeout audit corrections and thorough review of the business office procedures. Okay, Stacy, motions,
Second.
Brianne, second. Okay, open for discussion.
let me go.
Yes, please, Dave.
So we had our exit interview on July
18th.
Okay, I
18th.
felt like that seemed like they,
And that was for fiscal year 2024, which was last year. We had 8 findings, and the audit itself was classified as qualified. A qualified opinion means that the auditor finds most of the financial statements are fairly presented, except for one or more specific issues. Example, lack of documentation, accounting errors. Applications is not as severe as an adverse opinion, but requires correction. District status, we're gonna have to do a corrective action plan. Tom Hayes is the owner of Strum, or he's in the process of buying Strum Accounting, who we use as an auditor. He was real close, they were real close to making this either an adverse or a disclaimer, which is a disclaimer would be the auditor is unable to form an opinion due to severe limitations in access to records or evidence. I went back, looked at the audits to 2019. A lot of them are continued through here. Talking to the specific auditor that Kate, she did not have concern for fraud or embezzlement. So we're not looking at a forensic. The problem is it's just, it's sloppy. It's needs to be straightened out. You see what he's got there, and I've been talking to him. There's some other things that we're going to be looking at with this process if you approve it. The trustees' financial summary and final budget report. We want that oversight, hands-on support, pulling together the TFS and the final budget report for fiscal year 2025. We've got to get on the right page starting. I want him to take a look at BOAG building spending review. I've heard you guys discuss that. And so there's an interest from the board to get a clear picture of what's been spent on BOAG building to date. We want to follow up on the fiscal year 2024 audit findings. As part of the audit response, we'd like to have you to help us identify next steps to correct the findings for fiscal year 2024. And then finally, the assessment of the clerk role and capacity. I'd like him to, like to get his professional perspective on whether the current structure and personnel in the clerk position are positioned to handle the full scope of the role. I know this is a sensitive area, but we definitely need to take a look at that. I've also started a plan of improvement for the clerk that I'll have Todd and legal take a look at as well. I've never seen an audit like this. And, you know, that's the kind of stuff that taxpayers need to know about. And that's kind of the thing that we need to address immediately.
What kind of, I guess two parts to the question. What kind of total budget do you think we're looking at for this? And where's the funds coming?
It'd have to come from the general fund. And we're looking at, he's coming in for 2 days, if approved, next Thursday and Friday. He's really good. He's been doing this for a long time. He's actually been here before. He's worked with Lisa before. He's got a pretty good idea of what has happened and what is not happening. I don't think it's going to be more than $3,500, but don't hold me to that. And if we get to that amount, I'll definitely let you guys know. I think you know that I've got a budget authority of 15,000, which is probably 5,000 more than I need. But it starts getting up to that up. I'll let you guys know. But this is something that we have to find a money to do.
Okay, any further discussion?
What I've got for the plan of improvement thus far is areas of concern, cash reconciliation. We're struggling with reconciling with the county monthly. The TFS and budget reporting. We need to submit accurate TFS and budget reports on time. Expenditure documentation. We're struggling with maintaining complete documentation. Construction expense and oversight, monitor and report LOIC project spending accurately. Fund balance classification. Report fund balances in accordance with GASB standards. Payroll coding. And an audit preparedness. And then the support supervision and evaluation schedule. Yet to be determined. I want feedback from the auditor and from the lawyer. But it's serious. It's serious. And it cannot continue. It won't continue.
Anything further, Dave? Okay. Well, let's go ahead and proceed to vote on the consultation with Todd Watkins Consulting Services. All those in favor of utilizing Todd Watkins for the consulting services of pertaining to the year-end closing, audit, corrections, and thorough review of the business office procedures, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion passes 5-0. And then update on the Yellowstone Bank signature cards is next.
That is just a procedural thing. Me coming on, I think you as board chair, is that right, Lisa?
That one has been taken care of.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of getting your signature on the activity account and taking Dan's off of it.
Do we need any action at this point, or it's just a,
We need to have a note in the minutes
That we're
to
gonna
show
proceed.
that
So, yeah, you
it's,
need action. They need action.
okay. So we need a motion to update the signature cards at Yellowstone Bank.
I moved to update the signature card sales and bank, removing Dan's name and adding Dave.
Kelsey motion, John second. Okay. All right, any discussion? Okay. If not, we'll go ahead and proceed to vote with the update of the signature cards to remove Dan's name and add Dave's on there. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion passes 5-0. All right, number 2, personnel. So certified recommendation of an elementary teacher and non-certified assistant clerk. And
I
Dave,
got the last name wrong on the elementary teacher position. I don't know, that's her maiden name.
okay. So do we need to make a notation?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just in the motion for Elizabeth.
Say Gochi.
Gochi.
Can we
Alright.
separate these out?
Yeah, let's go ahead and separate these out. We'll start with a motion to approve the recommendation for the hiring of certified elementary teacher Elizabeth. Please note Gochi versus Calhoun. So go ahead and have a motion for that. John motioned,
Second.
second Stacy. All right, so
I just need to disclose she is a 3rd degree relative to me, but so it doesn't meet the nepotism policy because it's not by blood, but I'm going to abstain from voting and discussion on this. Can you record that in the minutes?
all right, so with that, we are now open for discussion.
Like we can start. She does have a college degree in marketing, not teaching. There is a process for her to do that called the ABC Teachers Education Program, which we can get a professional for her on. It's a program that takes 7 to 10 months that she will finance on her own. And you know, that's in a way, a lot of districts are beginning to look at growing your own. And this is an opportunity to grow a kindergarten teacher. Super enthusiastic, impressed with her excitement in teaching, and I think she'll be an excellent addition to the staff here at Park City.
So she can begin teaching and then she just gets her accreditation over time. Is that how that works?
Parallel to teaching. That is a law that passed that's good till 2027. And then they tried to push that out to 2030 and it failed. So the time is right. Or Liz.
All right. Any further discussion? If not, let's go ahead and proceed to vote with one trustee abstaining. All those in favor of approving the hire of Elizabeth Gochi for elementary, I gotta find a different process here, elementary teacher role position, please say aye.
Right.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion passes 4-0 with one abstain.
Low education, if that had been her direct blood, we would have had to advertise it for 15 days. She would not be able to vote. We would have to have everybody else here show up and it would have had to been unanimous. Okay, but now let's say if Amber's husband had been teaching here for 10 years and then she got on the board, he was already established. So that doesn't have an effect or an impact on it. But typically you'd want that trustee not to vote on it. Just, they could, but it's better ethically to abstain.
Okay, we'll move on to now the non-certified hiring of assistant clerk Jessica Baird. Motion by John,
Second.
second Stacy. We're now open for discussion. Dave, would you?
This is a position that we've had. We advertised it about 3 weeks ago. We had one application, and this was Jess. I met with her, interviewed with her yesterday. She's got background in logistics with the military. She's established herself as a good hand when she subbed here at the school. I think light of what we got going on over there, she could be an assistance to the process.
Any further discussion? Discussion. All right, we'll go ahead and proceed to vote. All those in favor of hiring assistant and for Jessica Baird for the assistant clerk position, please say aye. Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion passes 5-0.
And there, I invite people that we're gonna hire to the meeting. They have the right to come. They don't have to be here, but we do invite them because they are on the agenda.
Is the next meeting still on the 12th?
August.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
Okay. I just need that one on Zoom still.
okay.
We can do that.
When do the teachers come back? 12.
13th,
The open house is scheduled for the 12th. Are
13th.
we doing an open house before they're here? I just pulled it from our
Mitch put that.
app
August.
and it says it, the
Oh,
13th.
August
Oh,
12th is the coaches. Isn't August 12th?
it must have
the-
changed because oh no, okay, here's the thing, guys.
Oh, no,
Here's-
13th is the parent.
I
meeting.
put my calendar to do 2 days at a time and it is really confusing me and I'm gonna switch that back to one. It is
did
in
you
fact
do
the
that?
13th. I don't know, it did it. And I was like, why are you doing that? And then I was like, maybe I like it. Now I don't. I don't like it. I
You're
don't
struggle
like
busing
it.
on that.
Yeah, single day vision. Okay.
The open house on
13th.
the, it's on the 13th.
13th
at
is the open
4.
house. Yeah.
At 4.
Yeah,
Yeah.
4 to 5:30 it
I
says.
think people have been asking about that.
And then the parent meeting for sports is on August 13th from 6. Tell them to get the app. This
Yeah, and
app
then you can
is
just load it on
your
your
savior.
calendar. Just says add it,
You
and then
just
as long as you got the
sync
right
everything.
days, you're okay.
Especially when you have a high schooler, this becomes your saving grace.
This one that gives you the call when they're missing an assignment.
No,
Oh,
this is the Panther app.
Yes,
Do you not
okay.
have this, Kelsey?
I do, but if it doesn't give me a notification,
Just turn it on.
you
Oh,
can turn those on.
yeah, you can turn them on.
Oh, I need to turn mine on. I haven't
Push
turned my
notifications.
on. All right, so next meeting, August 12th at 7 p.m. And then we'll need, so touch base, let's kind of, the committees we formed, let's kind of touch base and look for first dates for those first committee meetings, besides when you guys have already done. So, okay. Anything further before we adjourn? And we're out. Nope. Are we? Do you have anything?
Yeah, we hired a special ed teacher in June
Okay.
and they ended up not taking it.
Mhm.
They took another job somewhere, so I immediately got on OPI to update our application, where I found 2 full pages of special ed teaching positions open across the state, which is probably close to 100, if you look at how many those are. It's, yeah. And so the principals have worked something out. I think the idea of having that 2/3, second grade, third grade soft split or whatever that was called is going to change. And we've got another teacher that's going to slide into that position. We're going to have our special ed teacher from the high school be the teacher of record. We're tap
that-
dancing,
And
but
who-
it'll be allowed.
Okay, who,
Who
can we say that? Who is the one from the high school that'll be doing it?
Amanda.
Okay,
So she'll be high school
Shorten it.
and elementary?
Just teacher of record in the elementary.
okay.
Teacher of record, meaning like she oversees whoever's.
She'll be doing the
Lesson
IEPs,
planning.
IEPs,
Okay.
the special ed.
Then there'll be
components,
paras in there.
And a certified teacher.
Oh,
That's really becoming a crisis across the state.
It
special ed
is, it
teachers.
is, and there's more and more kids. I mean, we're identified with 18%, which is extremely high. Normally, you're around 10 or 11%.
Mhm.
But that's not just here, that's across the state, and I think there's just better identification for autism.
Mhm.
I think coming out of, everybody wants to blame a lot of stuff about COVID. I don't know if that's the case or not, but since then, across the state, across the nation, there has been an uptick in special ed identifications.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, and it just doesn't seem like when you hear of kids going to school to be educators, they just aren't going into the special ed endorsement as much as.
Or they will, and they'll do it for 3 or
And
4
get
years,
burned
and then
out.
they want to teach just regular classes.
Mhm,
Takes a special person.
mhm, mhm. Yeah. Mhm.
With that, we will go ahead and adjourn the meeting.
Perfect.
Thank you.
One-
Yeah.